Greetings, friend. David McLeod here, your life mastery coach and creator and host of the Daily Affirmation program. Thank you for watching this week's video presentation. Have you ever been the victim of approval-itis? I've noticed this to be a pretty common malady among humans, the desire or need to be approved by other people. For some people, this need is so strong within them that they will go out of their way, sometimes even to very great lengths, to do things in order to look good and to be liked and approved by others. For many of us, this starts off as a strategy to make mommy and daddy happy, to keep them from getting upset with us. And you know, it may even work, well, for a while at least, but it doesn't seem to work for long. At least that seemed to be the case for me. I remember when I was quite young, coming home from school with a report card that I started out being pretty proud of. I actually thought I had done pretty well. But when I got home, it was a different story. My mom seemed pretty quick to point out that I hadn't got A+ across the board. Now maybe you've had this happen to you too. As the years went by and school subjects started becoming more and more difficult, I noticed that getting those A's and A+ became much more of a challenge. I also noticed that my mother's level of upset with my report card was directly proportional to the numbers of B's and C's that I ended up with. It wasn't just report cards, though. There were plenty of other ways in which I seemed to fall short of the standards that my mother had set for me. And even though I know that my mom was just trying to motivate me to do my best all the time, that's not how the message landed on me when I was young. Actually, what I concluded from that experience was that there was no way I could possibly please my mother, no matter what I did or how I showed up. There was no way for me to get her approval. It was frustrating, to say the least. But ironically, that didn't stop me from continuing to try. I remember putting my dream of being a musician on the back burner so that I could devote myself to becoming a fighter pilot. Now why, would you ask? Well, my father and my stepfather after him had both been pilots, and my mom seemed to like that, so I figured if I followed that path, she'd have no choice but to finally approve of me. Well, guess what? That didn't happen either. In retrospect, as I look at this today, I'm sure my mom did really approve of me, even though she may not have shown me in a way that I would have liked. But as a young boy and then as a young man, I surely didn't see it this way. Now, as I grew and matured, I finally came to realize that approval from others wasn't particularly rewarding or satisfying anyway. What I finally learned was that I had to approve of myself. Once I learned to do that, then approval from other people simply didn't matter anymore. Now, this is something I hope you have learned too. And I invite you this week to remember that you are fully empowered to improve of yourself, no matter what is going on in your life. If you can remember that and practice it on a regular basis, then you'll no longer have any need for approval from anyone else. Enjoy the practice and enjoy the relief and freedom that come with it. Have a beautiful week.